Star Citizen, Gam or Jam? Star Citizen, cash grab or super fab? Ah, fuck it. Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. In last week's video we visited EVE Online. I figured this week we would continue the space theme, and today we are going to take a look at Star Citizen. I plan on continuing the space theme next week, so I'll probably review Elite Dangerous. If that's something that you're interested in, please make sure you get subscribed to the channel. Typically monetization is something that I would talk about towards the end of the video, but I feel like Star Citizen monetization is a hot topic for this game, so it's something that I want to talk about first. Here we are on the Star Citizen website. Star Citizen does what they call pledges. And what the pledges are is you buy one of these pledge ships and it's a starter pack. So this comes with a ship and then it also comes with a license to play the game. If you go into just the ships and buy a ship from here, it doesn't come with a license of the game. So you have to have a starter pack. So the starter packs range all the way from $45 all the way to $1,100 if you want to go with one of the bigger ships. One important thing to note about the cash shop and the ships is any ship that you can buy in the cash shop, you can also buy with in-game currency. The way that it works though is when a ship is released for that entire patch and the remainder of that patch, it will only be available in the cash shop. There are loads of different things that you can do in the game. You can do hand mining, so you go into like caves that are on planet surfaces and you can mine rocks with the hand mining laser. There are special events always running in the game and they rotate. And these are some of the big money events, and they'll vary from, Xeno Threat, which is fighting like fleets of enemies, and then a Idris, which is a giant capital ship, will come in at the end, and it's kind of like a big boss battle. You can haul in medical supplies for the NPCs, all sorts of different roles that you can do during Xeno Threat. There's also one that's called Jump Town, which is a favorite for a lot of the PvPers. What Jump Town is on one of the planets, there's a drug facility, and it will all of a sudden start printing drugs, little drug boxes that come out of this machine. And the drug boxes are worth a fortune, and what you do is you take them and you put them in your ship, and then you go either turn them in. If you're a good guy, you go turn them into police, or if you're a bad guy, you can bring them over to one of the bad stations and you could sell them there. But that generates a lot of PvP because everybody's fighting over this one facility, so it's pretty cool. There's a lot of like different ground fighting going on. There's a lot of aerial combat going on between different players. So these special events, they kind of encourage PvP. And there's usually always one going, and it'll just kind of rotate week to week. There's ground vehicle mining, which you would get a rock mining rig and you load it into the back of your ship. You would fly to a planet and do some scanning. Once you find some rocks on the ground, then you can unload your little mining rig and you can go and mine little crystals and put them in your ship. Go back to the station and sell them. There's standard ship mining, which is self-explanatory. You'll find either rocks on planet surfaces, or you can go to asteroid belts and you can mine with a mining ship. There's salvage, which is fairly new to the game. And salvage is, you'll go find a wreckage somewhere. You can either scrape the outside of the hull using lasers, and that material is worth a little bit more, or you can break the ship down and you can basically vacuum up all of the ship and print them into these little boxes that you put in your cargo hold, and then you'll take the boxes to one of the space stations and you'll sell them for resources. There's FPS missions. There's various different types of FPS missions. Some of them you may have to go to an underground cave, kill a bunch of guys, and then find the boss and kill him, or you may go to a ship that's just orbiting in space somewhere and you have to break into the ship and you got to kill all the guys on board and you have to recover something. There's what I call pizza delivery missions, and that's where you just go to one location and you pick up just a single package and you bring it to another location and drop it off. This is something that's really good for the newer players because it will fit in pretty much any ship. There's cargo hauling, so there's multiple websites that'll show you good cargo shipping routes. You can go to a planet surface, fill up your entire cargo hold with gold, for example, and then you can take it over to another planet, take it to the main station and flip it there for a little bit more money. There's bounty hunting, there's NPC bounty hunting, and there is player bounty hunting. So inside of your missions, you might find a bounty for another player, or you might find a bounty for an NPC. And then the payment will vary depending on their crime stat. There are combat missions, which might require you to go kill some sort of occupying force somewhere. If they're, occupying a mining site or a satellite or whatever, they'll go in with the fighter and you just clear all those guys out, and they pay reward for when you complete the mission. There's derelict wrecks, which I've not done a lot of these, but basically there'll be wrecks in space, and you can get out of your ship, pull around inside. There's no gravity in these wrecks, and then you can find stuff in there, I guess, loot the boxes, that kind of thing. Another one of the really cool things in this game is there's a bounty system. So if you're bad, you will get bounties. You can be arrested by other players, you can be arrested by NPCs, and you can be sent to jail. And if you're in jail, you can actually work off your time by doing dedicated missions. In jail, you can go do mining and turn it into the prison, or you can go turn on an oxygen sensor that might be like 10 floors down or whatever, like something that's repair an oxygen sensor or something. The game has really good exploration. There's a lot of really cool things to see. There's all sorts of different fun that you can kind of make on your own. Now, there's a lot of players that like to just troll, and they'll get inside your ship, or they'll follow you down in the elevator. They'll try and get inside your ship, and then they'll maybe shoot you in the back of the head. If they'll sit in your toilet or something until you take off, and then they will shoot you in the back of the head. Or some people will spawn a ground vehicle like a tank, and they'll sit it outside of a shipping location. They'll wait for you to fill up your ship with cargo. They'll use their scanner, and they won't do anything until your ship is full of cargo. And then as soon as you've spent 2 million, 3 million credits on cargo, then they'll shoot your ship with the tank. So like I said, there's a lot of fun to be had. A lot of it is kind of making your own fun alongside all the stuff that the game does offer. This game will definitely keep you occupied for many hours. I probably have at least 500 hours in the game. So I usually come back after every patch and kind of see what's changed and play for, a few weeks or whatever, and then take another break till the next patch. Let's talk about bugs in the game. So, like, this game has a bad reputation for having a lot of bugs, and it's a deserved reputation, in my opinion. The AI, for example, so when you go into space stations, and this has been around for years, like NPCs will be all clogged up in a corner, or for some reason just standing on all of the furniture. I guess that's something that they'll probably come back and clean up in the future. The star chart is one of the worst things in this game. A lot of the time it won't lock on to what you want it to lock on to, or if you zoom in too far, all of a sudden everything will start disappearing on the star chart and you can't see where you want to go, and it's just the most frustrating thing in the world. Luckily, in the next patch, they're supposed to be introducing a new star chart, so we'll see how that goes with that. There are a lot of other annoying little bugs, like the elevators sometimes won't work, which I think is related to server latency, because it seems like when the server starts to slow down, then all of a sudden none of the elevators work. Another thing is sometimes the elevator doors will open and you'll kind of be not paying attention. You'll step out of the elevator, but the floor is not spawned yet, and then you just fall through the map. So now comes the question of, would I recommend this in 2024? And the answer is absolutely yes. For $40, you're going to get hundreds of hours of gameplay. As long as you can put up with the bugs, there's workarounds for every single bug. There's not really going to be, or there's rarely going to be a bug that stops your progress at all. For $40, you can get hundreds of hours of gameplay. If you guys have any questions or comments about the review, let me know down in the comments section below. I appreciate everybody watching. I hope you guys are having an awesome day. If you liked the video, please leave me a thumbs up. It really helps the algorithm. If you want to come back next week for some Elite Dangerous, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hope you guys have an awesome rest of your day, and we will see you in the next video.